every bureaucrat in that city and you clean house. They are workshopping child abuse, Judge. You're going to get kids in 10th grade that don't know how to read, and everyone's going to go, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you do this, here's the deal. If you start doing this, that means every kid you graduate must work in Portland. Okay? Make all of these idiots that you've produced work for the city and see how that goes. Because the parents aren't going to agree with this. The students aren't going to agree with this. No one thinks this is a good idea except Jessica and her ilk.
I literally said, I think this is a bad idea.
She did.
So
So
point at your ilk.
all right, Greg.
Oh, my ilk.
But I want to address her. I want to address this because this is the second time.
I want to ask you a question first.
All right, forget it. Let me play your game.
Oh.
What's your question?
All right, don't play my game. Answer the question.
This is the second time that you say, I hope something doesn't happen. You know? Something doesn't happen. This is your party, right?
Right.
It's kind of a weird party to be in when you worry they don't succeed.
Well, it's not my whole party. Aren't there things that Republicans
No,
do?
but these are things that this whole idea of racial disparity comes from your party. And equitable grading is in fact racist because you're addressing these people as a group rather than individuals. That is part of your party.
Racial disparity is a blight on both our parties, because I know you're going to say who freed the slaves. I know Abraham Lincoln was a Republican, so it goes back to that. And
I
then
wasn't
moving
gonna
through
say that.
Well, it's an important point of this, but you can acknowledge that there are systemic challenges facing poor kids in this country, black and brown kids in this country, and not think
What about
that
white
a
kids?
solution.
What
And
about
white
white
kids.
kids? Okay, so you're right there. This is what's important.
Okay.
The fact is, you don't need to separate these kids into groups in order
But
to
you
help
said
them.
racial disparity, so I just.
But the racial disparities is done by, this is my point. If you look at kids as individuals, this problem falls away. You stop treating them as groups. That's the racist part of this.
But this equitable grading system, it mentioned nothing about race in that.
Oh, it's according to this, it says equitable grading.
It doesn't say only pass a black kid and hold back a white kid.
No, it says it's to address racial disparities.
And inequities,
Right.
generally, which can just be being poor. for
That's the
instance.
same. Okay, I think I've crushed you, Jessica.
I feel okay.
Cass is up next.
I'm Patriotic Kenny.
Hi, I'm Amanda on TikTok.
My scooter broke down.
Yeah.
I went into a depression.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty sad.
I posted it to show that Kenny's not always happy. Within 24 hours, people had donated over $5,000. We set up the Patriotic Kenny Foundation to give mobility scooters to veterans.
It has changed my life tremendously.
None of this would have happened without TikTok.
I hear it all the time. People tell me they'd love to buy gold, but because it's gold, they think it must be complicated. It isn't. Not with Rosalind Capital. With Rosalind, the entire process from start to finish is built on one concept. One. Keep it simple. Rosalind Capital, a trusted leader in helping people acquire precious metals. Gold bullion, Lady Liberty gold and silver proofs, and our premium coins can help you preserve your wealth. Call Rosalind Capital at 800-630-8900 to receive your free Rosalind Guide to Gold, Gold and Precious Metals IRA, and silver brochures. With Rosalind, there are no hassles, no gimmicks, and our shipping is fast and reliable. Remember, keep it simple. Make gold your new standard. Call Rosalind Capital today at 800-630-8900. 800-630-8900. That's 800-630-8900.
America, can we talk? This is a talk show. Because nobody does it better than Talk Nation on Fox Nation.
Just imagine this scenario.
Talk Nation is the only place you can get all of these shows.
Let's be really clear. I think he's going a little bit too far.
It's the Will King Podcast.
The scandal feels like it's snowballing.
Plus, Talk Nation has all the outkick shows.
I'm your leader, Clay Travis.
Welcome back to the Games for Girls podcast.
Tanya Larity's Fearless starts right now.
And so much more.
It's wildly unscripted.
Tell me the good news.
Talk Nation, only on Fox Nation.
Moms on mushrooms. Why some are saying that microdosing makes them better parents. But could this new little helper also be a danger? Jesse hears from a mother taking...
Ben switched his barbershop to Cox Business when his last provider wasn't cutting it. Now he has reliable fiber internet and around-the-clock network monitoring. Plus 24/7 support. And since he added automatic internet backup, he can stay connected when the power goes out. Cox Business is just his style. Fiber availability limited in select areas.
I found my treasure.
I found my treasure.
I found my treasure.
I found my treasure.
I found all my treasures at JB's Fantastic Finds.
Discover your treasure on JB's Fantastic Finds.
Where the worlds of myth and fantasy collide with jewelry.
Such a deal.
The show's amazing.
Sold, sold, sold.
Sold, sold, sold.
Sold, sold, sold.
Watch JB's Fantastic Finds with John Bastow to discover your treasure.
How do you make the most flavorful and delicious pasta sauce? At Botticelli, we grow our own tomatoes in Italy, then pick them fresh and rush them to our own kitchens, where we create farm-to-table pasta sauce in small batches, using only real, fresh ingredients. At Botticelli, we don't use artificial flavors, added sugars, or preservatives, because nothing beats fresh. Only Botticelli can give your family a truly authentic Italian farm-to-table dinner. Get it at any retailer near you.
Did you add this?
Yes, I picked that music. Welcome back. It's time for the fastest. First up, he's on the edge of his seat, literally. A jockey clinging for dear life to his horse after his stirrup broke right in the middle of the race. The poor guy hanging for more than 10 seconds and not letting go until he crossed the finish line. What a champ. Greg, I know you desperately want to talk about this jockey hanging to the side of the horse.
Yeah, it reminded me of a movie I saw in Tijuana during spring break, but I won't get into it. I don't understand the joy of this sport. Do you?
Yes.
You do?
Absolutely.
It's called betting.
What?
Betting.
Yeah, but I don't bet, so that's why it just doesn't do it for me.
Have you ever read the story of Secretariat or watched the movie?
He wrote a book?
That's it.
Jesse, this is your first time seeing the jockey.
A lot of people think jockeys don't really do much. That you just throw anyone really short and slight onto a horse and you go giddy up. But that's just not true. Jockeys are intelligent, they are crafty, and they are strong in places like in their groins that you wouldn't even think you'd need to be strong. Think about the squeezing. The squeezing and the grip strength is just phenomenal, and I just want to salute all jockeys. People don't think they're athletes. I disagree.
Did you date a jockey?
Okay. Judge.
I think they're great. I think they're strong. I think races are fantastic. I don't know. He really obviously has incredible strength in his legs.
That's what
Small
I'm
but
talking
mighty.
about.
Yeah, I know. Small but mighty. Strong groins. Moving on. Okay, up next. Not everyone can be a culinary genius like Guy Fieri. 1 in 4 Americans admit they're too intimidated to use their own kitchen, and nearly 1/3 of folks are so overwhelmed by recipes that they'll ask others in the house to prepare the meal instead. This very much resonates with me. Anybody else?
Pasta from scratch is the one you play the most. Pasta from How tough is that?
Yeah, I can do pasta from scratch.
It's a pile of flour, semolina, right? An egg in the middle, and I don't think they're talking about boiling it.
Oh, I thought it was
beef Wellington, fair. Sushi, fair. Enchiladas, easy.
Homemade sushi?
I said that's fair. Difficult.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Greg?
So this is
The chef at the
talking.
table?
I mean, I'm scared of the kitchen because I worry I might step on the bare feet of the women cooking me breakfast.
Greg, you said you broiled a hot dog for lunch.
I did.
You're a bit
hot dog.
in the
Two
kitchen.
Nathan's hot dogs. I sliced it in half. Then I sliced it in half.
God, you couldn't even get anything good like a suman?
I used a toaster oven.
That's like a George Foreman.
Toaster ovens are coming back.
You mean a hot dog in a toaster oven?
People, it's so juicy. So juicy, and it's easier to clean the crumbs.
Yeah. Wait, at the office?
No, at home. In my luxurious bed sit apartment.
In your ample apartment.
my studio.
You know what? I'll bet people are not that intimidated by cooking. I just think they just don't want to clean up afterwards.
Just an amazing dish. Amazing
And she cleans up great.
Yeah. No, I don't go that far. Go ahead.
She delegates. One more thing is up next.
That's it?
Parenthood is a journey filled with countless decisions, especially when it comes to your child's education. Introducing Power Homeschool, the official provider of online Acellus courses for parents independently homeschooling their children.
I really love how flexible the program is. It allows my child to work at her own pace and on her own schedule.
Join the growing community of parents who have discovered the power of Power Homeschool. Visit our website at powerhomeschool.org to learn more and start your child's educational journey.
You're finally mastering Grandma's 12-hour sauce. Your stovetop gave out the 11th hour. Luckily, American Home Shield is there to fix or replace covered appliances and home systems. Protect what you don't expect. Visit ahs.com and get a free quote today.
I went to Angie and typed in pool.
Worse.
Cleaners.
Garage, interior painting, exterior painting.
For whatever project you need, there's an option.
Oh, I have another project. Let me try this.
Get started at Angie.com today.
$120 for the night, please.
$95 for the night, please.
Wait, what?
If you use Trivago will compare hotel prices from hundreds of websites worldwide, so you can often find a better deal for your hotel room. Maybe you should try Trivago next time. Hotel Trivago.
Fashion moves fast.
So we partner with Verizon to take our operations to the next level.
With a custom private 5G network.
We get more control of production, efficiencies, and greater agility. That's enterprise intelligence.
It's your vision. It's your Verizon.
1520. At Camping World, we make seeing America fun and affordable. Take home this new Coleman Lantern or Rubicon for as little as $5 a day. 1520. Or this new travel trailer for less than $10 a day. $15 gets you a new fifth wheel. And for only $20 a day, you can drive off in a brand new motorhome. We make RVing fun, simple, and affordable. See America for less at Camping World.
Back in my day, we didn't have all these types of fancy chicken.
Pretty sure you have buffalo wings and fried chicken.
Well, we didn't have garlic parm or sweet bourbon barbecue.
And he had to walk uphill both ways.
And it snowed every time.
Yeah, right, Grandpa. You're from Miami.
Tommy Copper's zip-up full-back support shirt is redefining compression.
If you do this, or this, or sometimes even this, Tommy Copper's got this.
The ultimate muscle-supporting, pain-fighting compression shirt that zips on easily.
So that you can do all this.
Thank you, Tommy Copper.
Fight back pain. Go to TommyCopper.com and find out how to save 20% on your first order.
You need this. Trust me.
My name is Karan, and I'm from Brooklyn. I work for the City of New York as a police administrator. I oversee approximately 20 people, and my memory just has to be sharp. I always hear people say, when you get older, people lose memory. I didn't want to be that person. I decided to give Prevagen a try. My memory became much sharper. I remembered more. I've been taking Prevagen for 4 years now.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription.
With Flonase, allergies don't have to be scary. Spray Flonase Sensimus daily for non-drowsy, long-lasting relief in a scent-free, gentle mist. Flonase, all good.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching. Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The new Fox News Prime Time is #1. The right voices at the right time. Fox News Prime Time. Weeknights on Fox News. America is watching.
You're welcome, America.
Time now for one more thing. I'm very scared, Jessica.
Well, you should be.
I am.
And as you know at home, as well as we know here, Greg loves my feel-good stories. So we had this created for him.
Girl power.
She got you.
You go, girl.
She got you.
Oh, God.
Shout out to Stella Weaver, who's the only girl playing in this year's Little League World Series. 12-year-old Stella from Tennessee is only the 22nd girl to play in the tournament's 76-year history. She became the 10th female to record a hit and also scored a run to help Tennessee beat Rhode Island 8-1.
Yeah. So is Ricardo being honest about anything? And if not, who is Ricardo and where is Terry's money? Will she ever see any of that money again? Plus, how are some of my former guests doing who were unfortunately scammed as well? Have they learned after being scammed once and in some cases twice? All of that and more tomorrow. I want to thank all of my guests today. More information about today's episode, log on to drphil.com. And if you want to keep up with all things Dr. Phil, then scan the flow code on the screen. It will get you to exclusive content you can't get anywhere else. Plus, it will link you to all my social media. Plus, it will link you to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks, as well as Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret with Robin McGraw. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
And now, your News 10 forecast first. Here's Storm Team 10.
Good evening, everyone. Temperatures in the 90s for this evening, falling into the 80s later tonight. 79 your low for tonight. The record heat continues for tomorrow and for Thursday, possibly through the weekend, but I see increasing rain chances in my 7-day forecast. Full details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Your news starts now.
Right now, we hear from a man who lives near the site of Monday's train crash and derailment in Iberia Parish.
And a Lake Charles man has been arrested on murder charges after driving around with the body of a missing woman for a month.
Plus, we have new information about the termination of Lafayette Parish Library Director Danny Delane.
Live from KM, your local news leader. This is KLFY News 10 at 5.
We have continuing coverage now of the Highway 182 train crash and derailments in Iberia Parish.
The Louisiana State Police hazmat team lifted the evacuation request for people living near the scene.
News 10's Dawson D'Amico spoke with a resident who lives nearby. Dawson joins us now live on Airport Boulevard, where we understand, Dawson, work is still underway.
Yes, that's right, Darla. As you said, work is still underway at around this time yesterday. Around 20 rail cars were taken off of the track after an 18-wheeler was stuck on the track and ultimately being struck by one of the trains passing through. As we continue, BNSF is still working to clear the area, and as you just said earlier, Darla, I spoke with one of the residents living near the area. He says he heard the whole thing happen when it occurred.
I was just putting stuff, getting rid of some garbage, and I heard, first thing, I heard the impact, and then I looked down the road, and there's a bunch of dust in the air.
On Monday evening, an 18-wheeler was struck on the railroad crossing at the Airport Boulevard and 182 exit before being struck by a train carrying heavy equipment. The train derailed along with 20 other rail cars flipping over. The road was shut off as officials worked to clean up the scene. Billy Talley is a resident living off Highway 182. He believes something like this could have been prevented.
Like to me, there's some bad communication between the police, whoever is involved in the railroad. They should have been aware that the truck stuck on the track, I think.
Talley says a lot of accidents happen along the highway involving the railroad. He wants officials to be more aware of what is going on and do something about it.
It's too close to the house.
Yeah.
State has it. Nobody addresses it. Trucks get stuck right there all the time. They probably shouldn't even let them go right there. They should put a sign, no trucks. They get stuck all the time. They get stuck right there, too.
And back here live, as we said earlier, BNSF is still working to clear the scene. There's no timetable set that we know of as far as when the road will be reopened. We, of course, will have updates provided for you on our website and throughout later on this week. For right now, I'm Dawson D'Amico, live in Iberia Parish for KLFY News 10.
Authorities say a Lake Charles man has been arrested on murder charges after driving around with the body of a missing woman for a month. Sunday afternoon, deputies were called about a missing person. Family members of 72-year-old Sheila Ortega told deputies they had not spoken to her in about a month. On Monday, detectives found Ortega dead in her vehicle in a mall parking lot. The suspect, 41-year-old Christopher Cater, who was an acquaintance of Ortega, was at a nearby business. Cater admitted to deputies he killed Ortega about 30 days ago. Cater also admitted to opening several loans using Ortega's information after her death. He's charged with second-degree murder, unlawful disposal of human remains, and identity theft. The cause of death has not yet been determined. Authorities say a teenager has been arrested for a shooting yesterday in Lafayette. It happened around 9:30 Monday morning when deputies were called about the shooting in the 500 block of Tolson Road. The suspect has been identified as 19-year-old Sabian Como. Como was booked and faces charges of attempted second-degree murder, aggravated assault with a firearm, and resisting an officer by force or violence.
A tropical storm carrying 50-mile-per-hour winds and heavy rain made landfall in Texas's Padre Island this morning at around 10 a.m. The storm brought 3 to 6 inches of rainfall and flash flooding. The National Weather Service says aside from light wind and coastal showers, it's not expected to impact Louisiana negatively. Here in Louisiana, areas of north of I-10 and I-12 are still under a red flag warning during these tropical and critical fire weather conditions. To tell us more about that and give us an update on the tropics, let's check in with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Trevor Sonia. Trevor.
Thanks, Darla. Temperatures were hot again today. 98 in Lafayette, 97 in New Iberia, and the heat index values 114 is what it feels like in Lafayette, 111 in New Iberia. So this has been extended until 8 p.m. this evening. We'll see if the National Weather Service goes ahead and reissues this for tomorrow. We'll actually have more of a northerly wind for tomorrow, so a drier wind coming in. So it wouldn't surprise me totally if they go ahead and just re-extend this through tomorrow. Temperatures will be hot for tomorrow as well, 104 to possibly as high as 105. And on Thursday, the Euromodel is showing almost 107 degrees. That would tie the all-time record high temperature in Lafayette. But it's not that simple. It looks like we could be seeing some storm action out there on Thursday, and that could actually cause us to be a little bit lower on that high temperature. So how hot could it get? I'll talk about that and a full tropical update coming up in Maine weather. Back over to you.
Thank you so much, Trevor. To stay up to date on the tropics and weather conditions in your area, you can download the free KLFY Weather app by scanning the code you see on your screen. You can also get it from Google Play or the Apple App Store. To help beat the heat, the Lafayette Consolidated Government is opening a cooling station for anyone who needs a safe place to escape the excessive heat. The cooling station will be open starting tomorrow from noon to 5, Monday through Friday, at the Domain Recreation Center on Mudd Avenue.
A new development tonight over the firing of the director of the Lafayette Public Library. Today, the News 10 has learned attorneys are picking through the details of his termination. There's also fears that plans to build a new library on the city's north side could now be in jeopardy. The Board of Control's vice president spoke with senior reporter Renee Allen.
The vice president of the Library Board of Control said he had no clue that the director, Danny Delane, was up for being fired. Moreover, there are those who suspect that Delane losing his job may be tied to plans to put a library on the city's north side.
The Haiti of Lafayette Citizens Against Censorship was at Monday's meeting. She left early under the assumption that there was nothing earth-shattering on the agenda.
The director of the library would seem like, the courtesy of nothing else, that should be something that the entire board should have a chance to weigh in on.
Judge is the board president. The theory seems to be a difference of opinion between Judge and Delane about building a northeast library on the north side.
And Mr. Judge made it very clear, like last night, that he does not want this library built. He wants to lease the space. He does not,
The board's vice president, James Thomas, was not at the meeting, therefore he did not get the chance to vote.
Blindsided and shocked because, of course, myself and two other board members were not present. I think when a decision like this is made, not just with our library system, but with any parts, authority and figure, I believe that the full board needs to be involved in discussion.
Also, there's talks about Delane losing his job not being legit because there were not enough votes to fire him. I was told legal is handling the details. Renee Allen, KLFY News 10.
Renee, thank you. Attorneys for the family of Ronald Green are calling for federal civil rights charges in his death. Green died in 2019, as you may recall, after he was beaten by several Louisiana state troopers during an accident investigation in northeast Louisiana. 5 state troopers are currently facing criminal charges in the case. Today, Green's family is calling for federal charges against the officers for violating his civil rights.
COVID-19 hospitalization rates in Louisiana are rapidly increasing and are now higher than the nation's average. According to the Louisiana Department of Health, there has been a nearly 70% increase over the past 2 months as more than 4,500 new cases are being reported. About 200 people are hospitalized, 5 of them on ventilators.
Well, we haven't even started the high school football season, and already the playoff format may be in jeopardy. Judge William Jordan on Monday, August 21st, granted a temporary injunction against the Louisiana High School Athletic Association for its playoff rules. Sports Director George Faust joins us now with more on what this all means for football this season. George.
Well, Darla, thanks so much. This injunction has no bearing on the high school football regular season at this point, but it could change the way the team's positioned in the playoffs. Now, this all depends on what your definition of select is. 9 schools joined the lawsuit disputing the current select school definition. The judge's ruling bars the LHSAA from using the current playoff format. That format was adopted in 2022, and as a result of the enforced injunction, the playoff format now returns to the previous format prior to 2022. For now, LHSAA Executive Director Eddie Bonine says in his statement he plans to schedule a meeting with the LHSAA executive officers to discuss the potential processes for resolve to be presented to the LHSAA Executive Committee for discussion and next steps. Once that's done, once they meet, the result heads to the Executive Committee for Louisiana High School Athletic Associations and to determine the next steps. Now, the 9 schools attorney, Brian Blackwell, says the definition changed in 2022, and that is a fundamental component of the LHSAA Constitution and needs a 2/3 vote to change, voted by the member schools. Now, LHSAA
You like the peaches?
any changes that will be done through process and through deliberation, and all proposed changes were made accessible to all member schools with the opportunities for discussion and input. We will, of course, continue to follow what you're after, boy. What you after, boy?
These peaches.
Oh, some peaches. You give him some peaches, but not me, huh?
Thanks, George. Still ahead.
What?
You're giving him the peaches and not me.
I'm trying to sit down.
No. I had to come with you out there.
We'll be talking profits and a look at the potential record-breaking peak on Thursday.
Maybe I can try.
It's community-owned utilities since 1897. We at LUS care about low rates, reliable services, great customer service, and enriching the community. Fresh, clean water and keeping the lights on is our promise to you and to Lafayette. We are your neighbors, your friends, your family. We are local. We are a king here. LUS, improving the way you live.
GMC's here for $11,000 and 2.9% APR. New 2023 Buick GX for only $21,988 plus special financing. Drive to courtesy new GMC in Lafayette.
Kayaking is my thing.
Running is awesome.
But her moderate to severe eczema would make her skin so uncomfortable. I was always so itchy, especially when I was hot.
Now my skin doesn't itch as much.
Now we're staying ahead of eczema. There's a power inside all of us to live our passion and to pick some flicks on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source
Rewatch your favorite stories on KLFY's YouTube channel. The Storm Team 10 Doppler. Sponsored by Broussard, Doggett and Morgan. JusticeObtained.com. Now, here's Storm Team 10 meteorologist Trevor Saunier.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our Sky 10 camera. This is the one over the Lafayette Science Museum. And notice we are seeing some puffy cumulus clouds out there. Sitting at 98 degrees in Lafayette, 97 in Iberia. A little hotter off to the north. So notice our temperatures across Acadia a little more manageable for this afternoon. The heat index value is still way out there, feeling like 114 in Lafayette. Fire weather warning remains in effect through this evening. We'll see if the National Weather Service goes ahead and reissues this for tomorrow. They actually did that last night, so we'll know by 10 o'clock if this gets reissued for tomorrow. Either way, the statewide burn ban is still in place. We did manage to get a couple cooling showers out there, but again, rain chances pretty much less than 10%. Satellite radar looping things into motion. We have former tropical storm.
Oh my goodness, look at them fries.
Texas and Mexico that they landfall this morning. So future tracks
Look at them
shows
fries.
shower activity left out there winding down
Oh.
later on tonight. And then for tomorrow, maybe an isolated storm or two. We can get a little more storms each day. So I'll say about
Yeah,
10%
I
for
do.
tomorrow. On Thursday, we could get 20%, maybe 30%. Remember that, because that will be important in terms of that all-time high temperature that could happen on Thursday. Any storm action that comes into play Thursday afternoon would make a difference. In fact, here's our temperature model. Notice it's showing around 103, maybe 104 for tomorrow. And then on Thursday, it's showing 104, 105, but it's not getting close to that 107 degree record because it's showing some scattered storm activity out there.
They try to pass in the morning, huh?
Contrast, the Euro model is higher on Thursday. It's showing you're 107. That would tie the all-time record. It's all being 1 or 2 days in your forecast that makes a difference. You have to really take into account everything. Also,
Let's see what the other ones want to do. Let's see what the other ones want to do.
for tomorrow, and on Thursday, winds will be
How you feeling?
south like they were today. So a lot of factors in play. Now I'm thinking
You finished sitting right now, or you wanted to sit on?
I'm finished sitting. I'm finished sitting.
control of our atmosphere, even moving down to the south. That's why the hottest stretch of weather will come in for tomorrow.
I hate them all.
Watch what happens here. Watch the sky pressure.
You didn't give me a bite?
West, Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
That's atmospheric spin, so we could see rain chances increasing for the early parts of next week. So a lot going on in the tropics. Again, we have Harold continuing to work off to the west across the inland areas. We have Franklin across the Caribbean, and then we have some waves out here that could develop as well. So here's the latest track on Franklin moving off to the north. Could become a hurricane down the road or move towards the Atlantic. Spread to the Gulf Coast. So Franklin will continue to work north towards Bermuda. Gert is no longer a tropical system, and then 2 tropical waves that we're monitoring across the north of the Atlantic. But as of now, nothing poses a threat to Louisiana. So good news there. 79 tonight. 104 tomorrow. It's on Thursday. Also a high of 106 degrees, so that would not break the record. I think the system storm action on Thursday, and that would occur the heating process around 2 to 4 o'clock. The high temperatures nonetheless continue for the weekend with weather chances increasing next week.
Coming up in today's Acadiana Eats Kitchen, shrimp and egg soup from the Creole Lunchbox in Roe Bridge.
And in today's Vital Health,
Hey, late.
the doctor talks about the dangers of drinking too much water in the extreme heat.
Download the KLFY News 10 weather app and stay connected today. Closed captioning sponsored by ACI Hearing and Balance Center. Where we
French fry.
It's how you hear.
I grew up operating heavy equipment on my family's farm. I've had my commercial driver's license since I was 20. So when a client is injured by an 18-wheeler, I approach the case with a different perspective than most attorneys. I come from a place of personal experience. There's nothing the insurance company can say or do that I haven't seen. Maybe that's why the other guys stand on top of the trucks, because they don't qualify to sit behind the wheel. Call the border on all sevens.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy.
By putting the traction through the house. Check the valve and see if they got the traction put in the roof.
Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023s.
Hey,
Max pickups, more than 6,000.
take it back and drive back to home.
Well, your birthday is warm. It's turned this thing into cash. It makes no sense. So
You can take my money, you can have it.
Happy birthday.
Show her your muscles. Show your muscles.
We don't make sense.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You gotta go stop.
Great, I got a new different schedule.
He's not a baby no more, though. That's not that cool. And if you give that fool something to put in the trash, he gives it his head, he gives it hell, he draws.
And KLFY, we love it too. That's why we teamed up with All Seasons, Bush Fireplace and Patio Center, and Broussard Dobby and Morrow to bring the outdoors into your homes. Join us on the KLFY Weather Caddy, only on News 10.
The Acadiana Eats Festival is just a couple of months away, and today News 10's Gerald Gordon is continuing to highlight just some of the vendors who will be participating.
And today, he took the Acadiana Eats Kitchen on the road to the Creole Lunchbox in Broke Ridge.
Our Acadiana Eats Kitchen segment on the road today at the Creole Lunchbox in Broke Ridge.
I'm mad, and you know I'm always mad.
Jennifer Bonnet, the owner of the Creole Lunchbox, putting together her dish she'll be selling at this year's Acadiana Eats Festival.
I'm gonna do the shrimp and eggs.
So then there was been a conflict because, you know, you're talking.
It's a homemade pre-made sausage.
No, no, Cindy got her hands full right now.
October 28th in Scotland.
Cindy got her hands full right now.
Very successful. I enjoyed it. Networking with other restaurants. It was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to this year.
On the road for our Acadiana Eats Kitchen. You're running to watch KLFY News 10 a lot more day Acadiana.
Thanks so much, Gerald. I already know.
I didn't mean to take it out of your hand like that.
Deliciousness of this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to see
Yeah,
the ingredient. That lady goes above. Doesn't it show?
Yeah, I thought you were going to put it out there. Secret sauce.
Pull stuff out of more
The
hands.
latest food finds from all around South Louisiana.
Wait till she finds out I folded the towels and put them up. Then she'll still be mad.
Acadiana Eats Festival on October 28th. You can subscribe to the Acadiana Eats newsletter. Just visit our website, klfy.com, and click on newsletters.
Up next, in today's Item Health, we'll tell you how drinking too much water can be dangerous for you.
You wouldn't dress your kid in adult clothes, so why should they go to a dentist that is for adults? At Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics, we make dentistry fun. Our focus is to make sure your child has a positive experience every time. They'll want to come back again and again. Don't let your child be afraid or nervous for their first visit. Embark on your child's
Well, I can't care if she goes sleep all day.
Quest Pediatrics, where adventure awaits.
Lex Marine Storage is your full-service authorized Yamaha repower center. Come take a look at the selection of new and pre-owned boats on site. No other dealer in Acadiana has the marine inventory that Lex Marine has to offer. Save big on your new boat with Lex Marine's summer inventory sale today. 2024 models are coming in soon, and we're rolling out prices on all our 2023s in stock. So hurry in now before they're all gone. Check us out online at lexmarine.net. Remember, Lex Marine, keeping you on the water.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
You're really flexing some.
That's so you.
Of course you are, Joe. That's so you.
Now you got a sixth sense.
Candy had a complaint. At the heart of everything SUV is you. At 1.9% APR and no monthly payments until 2024. Plus, current eligible
I keep forgetting my Chevy get it home.
2023 Buick Encore GX models. Only at your
I had it in my hand and I forgot it. I had it in my hand and I forgot it. You believe that?
I believe that, because that's something else to do. Take off whatever I have, and whenever I thought, I want to wear this, so I can, hold it back and drink it.
They didn't, and now I've got your back. If you're ready, let me have yours.
Eye of Health, brought to you by Our Lady of Lourdes Health. We listen, we heal.
It's a question gone viral. Can drinking too much water be detrimental to your health and life?
Lucy from Danielle Duncan has the answer for today's Eye of Health.
While drinking enough water should be a daily habit, especially in this extreme heat, one doctor tells me there is a need to drink too much water. Staying hydrated is a must, especially during the excessive heat wave across Acadia.
It's important when we're doing things outdoors or even just the regular things that we do, that we make sure that we stay hydrated.
However, there are health risks you should be aware of when staying hydrated. It's something Dr. Nicole Laverne with Our Lady of Lourdes says everyone should be aware of.
The recommendation when you're rehydrating is 8 ounces every 15 to 20 minutes. Certainly you could do a 16-ounce bottle every 40 minutes.
The CDC recommends drinking only 48 ounces of any fluid within an hour, exceeding the recommended amount can cause water toxicity. When excess fluids dilute the amount of electrolytes causing swelling inside of the cell.
Of course, that happens to areas like the brain. We can have brain swelling, which
She gets all that water there.
Dr. Laverne says water toxicity is an uncommon case, but mostly impacts endurance athletes or military personnel who train excessively. To prevent water toxicity, you should gradually rehydrate by drinking 8 ounces of water every 15 to 20 minutes, especially when drinking caffeine.
if you drink anything with caffeine, comes out.
It's almost, but it's not
If you
quite.
drink anything caffeinated, you want to drink a little bit more to kind of help balance that out.
If water toxicity symptoms aren't caught early enough, it can be life-saving. Symptoms are headache, nausea, vomiting, brain fog, confusion, disorientation. If you recognize these symptoms, seek medical attention right away. Daniel Duncan, Dale Line, Stanford.
At Cordell Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota Camry for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota Camry for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Cordell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
I sent her a message to call me. She's gonna call me.
Up to date to make sure you receive important information about your health insurance and you don't risk losing your coverage. If you get a letter from Louisiana Medicaid, follow the directions and respond to it as soon as possible. For questions or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov.
Some good fries.
Keep your contact information
They're
up
not
to date
yummy.
and respond to Medicaid letters so you don't lose your health care coverage.
We all know Powerball. Now there's a new way to play. Play the Powerball scratch-off from the lottery, where you can win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like the Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. You and the guests can win an
Hey,
exciting
he said he likes French fries.
Who are you gonna feed?
He said he likes French fries. I cooked him some French fries. Yo me la vi. Come on.
You can lease a new Toyota 4Runner for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota 4Runner for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Cordell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
At 6, authorities solved a cold case from 2007, and today, a judge hands down indictments against 5 suspects.
Plus, we speak with a member of the Lafayette Library Board about what's next following last night's firing of Lafayette Library Director Danny Lane.
And we could be talking record-breaking temperatures for both tomorrow and Thursday, and the tropics remain active. Full details and tropical update 7-day forecast all coming up at 6.
Join Acadia's news leader at 6 p.m.
Welcome back. 7-day forecast shows 104 degrees for tomorrow, 106 on Thursday. Thursday will be the hottest day, but still triple-digit heat continuing through the weekend. Chances increasing a bit starting Saturday potentially and continuing through Sunday, Monday.
You know, a lot of times, Saturday, Monday.
Yes, we need it. We are in extreme droughts.
Thanks for joining us for News Day at 5.
I didn't put much. I didn't put a lot.
Wait, what?
My partner ain't gone. If I get a French fry, I gotta give him one.
Netflix service to make your financing for 36 months on select trips. Or get a low for Anthony from a Nissan Road.
I was T-boned by a pickup truck. The wreck left me in a fog of confusion. So I got Gordon.
I'm here to clear away the fog. Get back? You hungry?
Gordon got it done.
Just call me, get it done. Tackle the road. Courtesy value.
Every day, we'll put a touch of value.
Courtesy value pay.
One, we have a new selection all over the website.
You can't pay too much for a vehicle courtesy.
Because every vehicle comes with courtesy value guarantee. Make one report, covering hundreds of items. So you get $1,000 and decide to trade it in. 3, decide you don't love it. You got 3 things to exchange. Take the winning product from your local courtesy value dealer.
Open home is where the heart is. A roof is its shape. That's why for nearly 30
hungry,
years,
Lake?
Yeah.
Shit, Lake's always hungry. Back asleep?
And out west, hundreds of patients moved after a hospital loses power. And look at this, sparks fly as a plane lands during Tropical Storm Hillary.
Yeah.
A tragic start to the school year after a bus full of kids is run off the road, killing 1 and injuring more than 20.